Hey, Alica.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks.
You are in Prague.
Yes, still in Prague.
Is it good weather?
Finally, after 2 weeks, it stopped snowing or raining. So yes,
It's terrible. It's terrible in April. Okay. Well, that's one of the good things of Spain. Here, the sun always shines. Always shines.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Well, let's start talking. This one, it's an open talk, an open interview. The last time we did 25 quick closed questions. This is different. So let's see how it goes. You were several months ago. You were in Barcelona, in Spain. You went for an intensive training month, I think. But it surprises me very much that so much people, so much tennis players from all over the world come to Spain to have 1 month, 2 months, 1 week, 3 months, and they stay here for that time. Why is that?
Well, I think many players are looking for a place to practice between tournaments or to prepare for a tournament. So, and Spain has a good tennis, Barcelona especially. So, I think we are looking for a place to practice for a while, like short-term solutions, and that's a good option because you have a lot of opportunities and different academies there, so you can choose what.
Yeah. That's right. There's lots of academies in the north of Barcelona, the south of Barcelona, really in all the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
In Spain has good level, as well in Madrid, in Andalusia, in the north of Spain. But I think there's also good level out of Spain in your country, in Germany, in England, in Russia. So that's why it surprises me so much. I understand in Spain you can always play and train outdoor, because here it's 15 degrees in winter time. You can train. That's a thing I think in the north of Europe that doesn't exist, right?
Exactly. That's the thing. Like even now with the COVID in Czech, we're not allowed to practice indoors. So for 2 weeks it was raining, it was snowing, 2 degrees outside. So yeah, if you have a chance to go and practice in Spain outdoors, of course you go and you look.
Okay, talking about COVID, how is the Czech Republic now? Because it was very bad in the Republic, in the Czech Republic. It was the worst country in Europe.
Yeah, I mean,
how is it now?
It's still not good, but it's slowly getting better, I think.
Yes.
The restrictions, some restrictions are getting lower now, so hopefully we'll be good in few months. But
yes, okay, let's hope that. In all the lockdowns I wanted to say your country, but it isn't your country. Prague is in the Czech Republic. You are from Slovakia. They are good neighbors, but you live in the Czech Republic.
Yes.
With lockdowns, there's been several lockdowns. What could you do during a lockdown? Because play tennis is very difficult.
What did I do, or?
See, how did you spend your time? Could you train in lockdowns, or what could you do?
Well, during the first wave or the first lockdown, I was in Cape Town in South Africa at the moment where it all started. So my first lockdown, I was basically locked in an apartment for 1 month, trying to get home, which was difficult at the time because all the flights were canceled. And then when I got home, I stayed in quarantine for 2 weeks. And after that, we couldn't really practice or do fitness, so it was tough because at the time, basically there was not much to do at the moment. So
it's like a lost period. No, you couldn't do anything. No, that's what happened here. Here in Spain, we couldn't do nothing. Especially the first lockdown in last year. It were 3 months. at home we couldn't do nothing, but because here we don't have houses with a garden here. Yeah. The constructions of the houses go up. There are 5, 6, 7 levels. So here we don't have gardens. So the only thing we could do here, and that what we did, sports people, was training a bit, like exercises with
like body
physical training with an application, with an app of the mobile phone, and nothing else.
Yeah,
3 months, the same thing.
What I was doing for 2 months as well, and I was trying to hit some shots in the parking lot here downstairs in the apartment building. So yeah, I was hitting few balls to the wall, but it was it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hope it. I think it's going to be over very quickly, because the solution is the vaccines are working.
Yes. Yeah.
I think in the summertime maybe it is. I don't think it will be over, but it will be
a little bit better.
Let's say, on the way to be over. Yeah. And I think we are at the last month, the last weeks of COVID. Let's hope so. I want you to tell me how is the life as a tennis player, as a professional, because the image of the professional tennis player is like enjoying life, earning a lot of money, seeing lots of places, traveling a lot, playing tennis. It seems all lovely, for lots of people. What do you think about that?
Well, it does seem lovely, and I think for some tennis players it's a motivation. But yeah, the reality is that there is only 50 or top 100 players who are living this kind of life. But then there is the rest of the players who are still part of the tennis world and the WTA or ATP ranking, but they are not living this life. It's either you're, I don't know, let's say you're 1,000, but you're still part of this, and you still have to play the tournaments, travel, do everything, but you're not living the life everyone thinks you are.
Yes, of course. Lots of people don't see, they will understand, but they don't see the costs of the airplanes, of the hotels. You have to sleep. You have to get your hotel. You have to eat. You have to do dinner. You have to breakfast. Maybe you want to train, and sometimes it costs a lot of money as well. So being a professional tennis player is very expensive. It's very expensive, and if you lose in the first match of a tournament, the qualification tournament, you're going home with nothing. That's the real tennis life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You're right, because if you don't have sponsors, it's always hard to travel, to be on the road, and you can't afford to go with a coach on the tournaments. Yeah, for example, you're always looking for cheaper options, because you have to think in advance about your budget as well. If you, let's say, you play 2-3 weeks at one place and then you have to practice, so you always have to think about the future. You can't just live in 1 week at a tournament, I think, because when you ask if it's hard to pay for all of this, or the tennis life, it is very hard. I think it's hard for everyone. So
do you have a sponsor?
No, I don't have any sponsor. So
well, let's start inviting at all of these brands who are in the tennis world,
and
get to know you. Let's hope they are awake and they see this, and they give you a call.
Yeah.
Okay. Right now you are playing a tournament?
No, right now I'm preparing for a tournament, and next week on Friday I will go to probably Israel and play 2 weeks there. So I'm looking forward
Haifa?
to that.
In Haifa?
In Israel, sorry?
The city in Israel is Haifa.
I think I'm not sure now.
I think so. Yeah, there are lots of. Last week there was a junior tournament, and I think it's your turn over there.
I think might be Tel Aviv, but I don't know.
Yes. You travel by yourself to Israel, or will you have company?
No, by myself.
By myself.
Like
okay. Yes, and how is a day? How is a day at a tournament? You try to train a little bit before the match, and then is the match, or what is the day during a tournament?
Well, if you have a match, of course you are trying to save some energy for the match, but you need to be ready. So what I personally do is some mobility in the morning, quick warm up, then you go on the court, you warm up on the court, and then it depends if you have a match in the morning or in the afternoon, so the routine changes. But yeah, and if you don't play a match, you are trying to go on the court as much as possible, but it's really tough at the tournament because everyone wants to play. The courts are full the whole day, so maybe you get 1 hour in the morning, but you have to go on the court at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning. Sometimes it depends where are you playing and how many courts they have. So yeah, usually you're trying to do the same as you do at home. So it's
that's true. That's a strange thing you just said. There are not as much as tennis courts to practice as players are in a tournament. So lots of people cannot train. It's really nice. No, it's horrible to see the people who are waiting to be attended to try to achieve a tennis court to train. So if you do not have a tennis court to train on days you don't have a match, what do? Because they can be very long that way, no?
Yeah, days are very long at a tournament sometimes, but no, usually you find a solution to play at least 30 minutes a day. But if you don't, you just do your own stuff in the gym. Maybe you watch some matches and you're trying to find something else to stay in shape and prepare yourself to compete well.
Okay. Last week you played a tournament?
No. The last time I played was a month ago or something.
A month ago?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get back a little bit to the mentality in tennis. To me, is one of the most important aspects of pro tennis. Of course, all the things are important in tennis. All the details are important. If you are in shape, if your left feet you have it's in bad shape. If your shoulder hurts, all the details are important. But to me, look at what really decides of this is the mentality of the player. So there are lots of details in the mentality of a tennis player that are very complicated. No? So therefore, there are professionals who understand these kind of things better. But for instance, mental intensity, that means to me, mental intensity means to me to be focused, especially at the beginning and the end of a set, because it's impossible to have mental intensity all the match, this from the start till the end. But there are lots of people who don't have that mental intensity. They run, they fight, but they do not have the mental intensity. Just to say, visualizing the point before playing it, and try to make the best of that point. You're trying to win it and try to do what you really planned. I don't know if I make myself clear. I think it's very important to have that mental intensity.
Yeah, that's important. And as you said, it's very hard to stay focused 100% the whole match. And I think it's impossible because to focus, let's say, 2 hours straight, it's impossible. So it's important to know how to switch on and switch off between the points.
Yep.
And
yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's also important, how to use the
Yes.
1 minute break you have between the games. You know, so when you change sides, I don't know, I think there are different things that helps different people or players.
Yeah.
So let's say some players just put a towel over the head. You can see it on the TV a lot. So
Yes.
and that helps with the focus because you're back inside of yourself. And so yeah, it's hard to focus the whole time, but the mentality,
I think it's impossible.
It's one of the most important things in tennis.
Yeah. In our academy, we always try to convince that the mental intensity should be at the beginning of a set. Try to get 2-0 in 5, 6, 7 minutes, and at the end of the set, because those 2 moments are the most decisive moments in a set, as well as the 7th game. The 7th game with a 4-2, for instance, 4-2, 5-2, or 4-3. That's not the same thing. 5-2, it's almost over, and 4-3, you are back again in the set. So those are the key moments to have that mental intensity, as you said as well. There is another thing in the mentality of a tennis player, that is the fear of losing, not having the confidence all the match to do a good job. And that doesn't mean win or lose, but do a good job. Play at your level, do the things you need to do. If you have a fear of losing, that's one of the points. You can be decisive if you control that. You understand?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Well, I think everyone is fighting with some kind
with himself or himself.
Yes, on the court. Yeah. And of course you get nervous, you have a big point, you get nervous, or let's say you're not feeling 100% on the court, but it's important not to show it. And so you have to play it a little bit. Let's say, yeah, you could be 5-3 up serving, and suddenly you feel stressed, you get tired, you don't know what to do with the ball, but you can show to your opponent because he's also stressed a little bit because he is 3-5 down, and you.
Of course.
So it's important not to show how you feel, and just try to stay confident, and don't let the thoughts to ruin your game at the moment. But
yes.
It's easy to say now. It's hard to do it on the court, of course.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, that's true. There are lots of tennis players who of course, everybody wants to improve and play better and every day a bit better, of course. But not everybody achieves that. So can that be a motive of stress, of nerves in a tennis player, that he in 3-4 months he doesn't see any improvement of himself, and that causes him or her stress, nerves, will play worse and worse. Did you see that?
Of course, and I'm struggling with it as well. Like, of course, sometimes you put too much pressure on yourself, and you feel like you're losing. You feel like you're not good enough, or these thoughts are coming, but they come and they go. So it's important to focus what you want to achieve, to remember why are you doing this, and also like to have a good habits and stay disciplined during these tough time. Also now with let's say with the COVID, I was struggling a lot with this, because you don't see the end of the current situation with the pandemic and everything. You're losing points, you can't defend your points because you can't travel or all this kind of stuff. But yeah, if you surround yourself with the right people who help you to stay on the good path and do what you want to do, that helps with it as well. So
okay, perfect. Do you think that a mental coach could be a solution for. I ask you that because a tennis coach cannot dominate every detail in tennis. A tennis coach normally is educated to improve the technique of a tennis player, to improve the tactics. That is his study. His skills are that. So a tennis coach doesn't need to know about mental questions or physical questions. So do you think a mental coach in the group of a tennis player is a good idea?
Well, definitely. I also had a mental coach, and that was helpful for me. It gave advice. You have someone you can talk to. It's not only about tennis. You can talk about personal stuff that
Sure.
sorry, I got a call.
Don't worry.
So yeah, as I was saying, the mental coach, I think it's very important for a tennis player, and a tennis coach can't be everything on the court. Yeah,
no, I don't.
But some coaches, they have the experience from tour. Yeah, they are ex-tennis players and all of this. So that helps also. He can feel not the feel, but he went through the same stuff. The coach, he went through the tournaments, through the matches, through everything. So yeah, I think the tennis coach can help you in this as well. And if you have a good relationship, which is very important in the tennis court, because basically you are living with the coach, right? You spend every day together. If you can afford it, you travel to the tournaments. So you need to be 100% real with the coach. And if you're 100% real with the coach, you can talk about the stuff, about everything, and it helps. So yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. The mental coach could work perfectly, I think, online, because that person doesn't need to go with the player all tournaments. I think it's very easy talking with a player like we are talking right here, and it's like you said, the tennis coach can help you with some things at the mental way, but the mental coach can help you in another way. But you said very well, it's always if you can afford it, because it's not for everybody, of course. Do you like traveling so much?
Well, I like traveling, of course.
I love it.
I like to meet new people and the cultures and everything. But as a tennis player, you don't travel to see the places. You travel to compete and see the hotel tours and the resort and the gym. So I love to travel, but I basically travel the whole year because of the tournaments. So
yeah. Okay. Do you have places you saw you will not go back because you didn't like it?
You mean as a tournament, like a tennis player?
No, not as a tournament. As the city you were, or the country, or the atmosphere at the country you visited.
Yeah, there are some places and cities, or even I can say academy, where I won't go again. But no, mostly I saw nice places, and every place gave me something different. And
yeah. Which are the places you liked very much?
Well, travel-wise, I liked Greece. There was a very nice tournament, even though the weather was not that good sometimes, but it was very nice facilities and the hotel, so that was a nice place. But also some tournaments in Europe, they are very nice. Yeah.
Okay. You told me last week, I think I liked a lot. You told me you had exams. So you are studying. I think it's very important for a tennis player to have something after the tennis life. The tennis life is about 35 years old. It's over. No, it could be 38, or it could be 33. Everybody is different, but then it's over, and you need to do. Life goes on. So I think it's very good. You really are preparing for that moment. So what are you studying?
Well, it's a sports school, so like sport related. So basically, I have my coaching license now. So when I'm done with the school, I can be a coach. But I'm finishing that now, and the next step might be, I don't know. I was looking for some options, and the sport psychology looks interesting. So maybe
that's great. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's one of the things I like a lot. I know lots of players who do not study, and the excuse lots of times is they want to be focused on their tennis career. But I think there's time to do other things like study. So that's one of the good things.
Yeah, but it's hard to study on the road at the tournaments because you're tired from the whole day, and just imagine going back to the room and study for 2 hours. That doesn't really seem that nice. So I also postponed my graduation because of tennis and some other reasons, because I was living in a different country.
But it's not necessary to rush. I think you can take the time for. If it's difficult, okay. Today I won't study. I will study tomorrow, but with the intention to end it well, but without rushing. I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Okay, let's end with. I think one of the players you like, you maybe admire a bit, is Simona Halep.
Yeah, I like her.
Could you explain exactly what is you like about her?
Well, I think she's a great fighter on the court, and I also like the style she plays. Her game style. And
is it your style? Is it like yours?
A little bit. Yeah, but also it was not easy for her. I think, like everyone knows, she had the breast.
The operation, yes.
The operation. So, like, she went through. She sacrificed a lot, and she went through a lot of stuff. So,
yes,
I admire her.
But I think that made her tougher. That made her. She went through that, and now she is fine. She suffered that, and so she learned maybe even to suffer more than she thought she could. So finally, it was a good experience for her, and she uses that right now. I think Halep wants to dominate in the game. She doesn't like to counterattack. She wants to dominate, but without taking risk. She always plays the balls like in our academy. We try to explain that the ball needs to go 1 meter over the net and try to hit it deep. Those are one of the details important for junior players. And Halep does that as well. She wants to dominate. She makes her rival run, but a lot, and all the balls are 1 meter over the net, right to left, and she makes very little unforced errors. I think that's the great thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely know her game much better than I do. So yeah, I don't watch the women's tennis that much on the TV or screen. But I definitely admire her as a player, and I love. I mean, I really like her game style. So for me, it's nice to see her playing or watch her.
Okay, when are you going to Israel?
When?
Yes.
Next week on Friday.
Next week Friday, and then the next day, Saturday, is the start of the tournament.
Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
Sunday, okay. Well, I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
I will see the results in the ITF app I have in my phone, so I can see the results, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're fine, and I hope we keep in contact if you want. So next year we can do another one. We talk a little about your improvement. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alica.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.